Housing bubble is going bust. Prices drop. Sellers are slashing listing prices, including $200,000 price cuts here in San Diego. Hey everybody, my name is JJ. Today we're going to talk about the housing bubble that is deflating. Some say it's a bust, some say it's just a slowdown, others say it's a crash. Either way, I'll let you decide what you want to call it. Let's take a look at the numbers and what's happening in the U.S. housing market. Now, in our previous report, we talked about how the 10-year yield took a big increase, took a big jump, and therefore mortgage rates would follow. Well, just out today, September 7th, mortgage demand drops further as interest rates shoot back to June high. So if mortgage rates stay where they're at or go higher, expect the price declines that we're going to talk about today, expect those declines to look even worse in the coming months or look more severe. Also, mortgage applications to refinance a home fell another 1% for the week, but were down 83% lower than the same time 1 year ago. Folks, that is a big decline in mortgage applications for refinancing. The home equity lifeline has been wiped away for many homeowners, and that's going to be a big pain point, especially for those people that took out home equity lines of credit to pay for the rising cost of living. And we did see a lot of those, especially over the past few years. But it's not just refinancing. Mortgage applications to purchase a home dropped 1% for the week and now are 23% lower than the same week 1 year ago. Also, sellers are starting to get the message. 1 in 5 home sellers are now dropping their asking price as the housing market cools. And it's worse, especially out on the West Coast and in the western states in the U.S., where in some areas like Boise, Idaho, 70% of homeowners are dropping their asking price to try to get an offer on their home. Also, home prices plunged the most in over 10 years as mortgage rates surge. And we're going to get a little bit more into home prices here in a few minutes. And in some areas, there's some significant drops, but overall, nationwide, we're seeing home prices decline from month to month. Now, nationally, the median home price in the U.S. fell 0.77% from June to July. Now, that's according to Black Knight's July Mortgage Monitor report. That marked the largest month-over-month decline in home values since January 2011. Now, some of you may be saying 0.7%, that's nothing. Well, yes, that may not seem like a lot, but it's the biggest in 10 years because home prices typically don't come down very quickly. And that's why I've always said I don't think there's going to be a housing price crash. Now, some people are already calling this a crash. And again, if you want to define a 1% drop or less than a 1% drop, if you want to define that as a crash, that's up to you. But if you annualize that, then we could see home prices drop 7 or 8% in 1 year. Now, I think it's going to get worse. I think these monthly declines are going to accelerate. So we'll have to see what goes in the following months or in the coming months. But we could see a 1%, maybe a 1.5% drop down the road here to close out 2022. Again, anything goes. We have to see what they're going to do with mortgage rates. But consumers are getting tapped out, and home sellers are realizing it, and prices are being cut. Now let's talk about San Diego, where you have a property with a $200,000 price cut. Let's take a look at that next. And this is a property I located on Redfin, and this is down in Chula Vista, which is Southern County, San Diego. Currently listing price $1,699,000. But if we go down to the listing price history, that's going to tell us what looks like to be a story of a desperate seller. Starting off July 17th, this home was listed for $1,925,000. Now we see August 31st, they finally cut the price to $1,699,000. So that is actually a $225,000 price reduction. Here is another one. This one's currently listed for $1,799,000 on Texas Street here in San Diego. 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. The starting price, though, the listing price, first came on the market at $1,975,000. So from $1,975,000 down to $1,799,000, that is a $175,000 price cut. Now, Wolf Richter over at wolfstreet.com gives us this chart here, and if you look at the price decline on a chart in San Diego, it doesn't look like much, but look at this enormous run-up. When we see a price go parabolic, we are bound for a correction. So again, to me, this looks like the tip of the iceberg, and we could see some nice price corrections here in San Diego and in other parts of the country as we go later into the year 2022. Now, the Case-Shiller Home Price Index lags the market by several months, but we're even seeing that famous topping pattern similar to what we saw in 2007 and 2008 housing bubble. We're starting to see that now. Home prices still up year over year on that index. But it's going to be interesting to watch this index in the next few months and see how fast prices come down. Will prices come down faster and harder than they did in 2007, 2008? Folks, is this the ending of the housing bull market? Please let me know down in comments. Also, what are you seeing in your neck of the woods? Or do you think they're going to come in and rescue this market? Well, keep in mind, the deciders, the ones who decide what happens with interest rates, the ones that manipulate mortgage rates, they're in a very tough spot now because everybody sees the cost of living. They don't just see it, they feel it in their wallets. They're living it every day, and they expect something to be done. So the powers that be, in this case the Fed, in my opinion, are going to have to continue to raise rates and continue to shed assets off of their balance sheet. Now, these price drops aren't just limited to the larger cities and coastal cities. Home prices have declined from their peaks in more than 85% of major real estate markets across the U.S., and more than 10% of those markets have seen price decreases of 4% or more. And here's just one of many examples. Louisville, Kentucky, home prices fell 2.2% in August. And you want to annualize that number, that's over a 24% price decline. And there in Jefferson County, the median price was $275,000. Now we see it at $269,000. All right, folks, that's our report today. Housing market correction. Please let me know what you think down in comments. Bigger corrections ahead? I think so, especially with what's happening with mortgage rates and the corner that the bankers are backed into. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap it up here, everybody. Thanks for watching. Be well, be safe, keep stacking. Bye for now. Peace.